So I am going to hop right into this look. So what I normally do before I start my eyeshadows, I work with a nice flesh toned eyeshadow color all over the lid. So something like Mary Kay's Silky Caramel is a really good flesh tone color to start working with. And I do that for a couple of reasons. One reason is so I can have a nice even lid color to work with. Kind of like a nice, clean, fresh, blank canvas. And 2, it sets the primer into place. And 3, it makes it easier when you're blending all of your eyeshadows together. So you want to make sure to use a nice matte, which is a non-shimmery color for all over your lid. So once I have that on and set, I go in with a transition color. And what the transition color does is it gives a nice little ease into all of the colors to where it's not just really light up here, then a really dark crease shade. You know, it just kind of slides you into everything. So for my transition shade, it's also going to be a nice matte color. I am going to go in with, I believe it's a discontinued color. Cinnabar. It is. But I'm trying to think what color is close to Cinnabar that we still have. But Cinnabar is a nice matte brown tone that makes for a nice transition color. And I'm going to use the Mary Kay crease brush. And the transition color goes right up above where your crease is. And for hooded eyes, I discovered a technique that works really, really well for me. And you kind of take the outer edge of the color and kind of blend it out. That helps make your eyes look longer. And instead of doing like the rounded windshield wiper motion, you just bring the color up to meet your brow. So that's a nice little method that I learned from watching Crispy's channel. She's awesome, by the way. So I'm going to go ahead with the other eye. Same deal. And the transition shade doesn't have to be really perfect because you're going to be coming under it with your regular crease shade. So, and like I said, this just gives a way to ease into all of the colors so they kind of blend together. And you want to make sure that this is nice and blended. You don't want any harsh lines. And when you're putting on your colors, you want to start with a little bit of product, and you can build up the intensity from there, because it is much easier to build up the intensity of your color than to start with a truckload on your brush and you're sitting there for 2 hours trying to blend it out. So that's another little piece of advice. All right, so now that I have done the transition shade, I'm going to come in with my regular Mary Kay eye color brush, and I guess I will start with I'll start with this pretty silver color that's in the palette. None of the colors have names, so that's just a really pretty silver. So I'm going to take that, dab it on my brush, knock off the excess, and if you've got hooded eyes, you want to try to keep the brighter colors toward the inner third of your eye. That's going to help keep your eyes looking nice and open and awake. So there's that eye. Knock off the excess. Same for the other eye. And when you're applying your eye colors, you want to dab them on because it helps keep the intensity of the color, and it helps reduce the amount of fallout that you have. And that's the reason why I start with my eyes first. I don't have on any foundation. I just did my skincare and color correcting and primed my skin. But by starting with my eyes, if I end up with any fallout under my eyes, I can just take my eye makeup remover and wipe off any fallout and then continue on with my foundation. So I'm going to wipe that off of my brush. And the next shade I'm going to go with is going to be kind of in the middle of my lid. And for that shade, I'm going to use the pretty purple color. So dab that on, knock off the excess. And I'm going to put that in the middle. And I'm bringing these shades up to meet that transition color. Since I have a hooded eye, I have to kind of make myself a crease, a higher up crease. So if you can see that line there, that's where my normal crease is. I'm bringing the shades up higher to make my eyes look like they have a little bigger space to work with. And it took a long time for me to figure out what techniques work for my eye shape. You know, again, I'll put this disclaimer out there. I am in no way, shape, form, or fashion a pro MUA. I am just a lover of Mary Kay products and a lover of makeup. So, now that that is out there, it is what it is. So, I've got that shade on there. So, I'm going to wipe that off. And for the outer third of my eye, which is the smoke / crease color, I'm going to use this darker purple that's in the palette, using the same Mary Kay eye color brush. I'm going to dab that on, knock off the excess, and I'm going to concentrate this on the outer third of the eye. And as you see, I'm going to wing it up just a little bit. And I'm going to blend it just where the bottom, right where the bottom of that transition shade hit. And that helps give me the illusion of having a nice big eyelid. And like I said, you want to start off with just a little bit of color and build up to the intensity that you want. And make sure to blend, 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 blend for your life. And you kind of work that middle shade into that color so it blends really well. And I know my lighting is off. I apologize. I'm gonna have to invest in a ring light next. Of course, I am recording with my iPad, so I hope y'all can put up with it. So, after I have that applied to my liking, move on to the other eye. And the thing that I really love about all of the Mary Kay eyeshadows, a little bit goes a long way. The colors have really good payoff. I don't have to apply layers and layers upon layers of it to get the intensity that I want. So now that I have my crease slash smoke color applied, I go back in and make any touch-ups that I may need. So I'm going to go back to that lighter shade of purple that's in the palette, and I'm going to touch up where I have it in the middle, because in the process of blending, sometimes you can lose a little bit of color, but you can always go back and touch that up. So now that that's touched up, I'm going to clean my brush off, and I'm going to go back and blend everything together. So I start at the top, and you don't have to apply much pressure to the brush. You just kind of lightly blend those harsh lines out. And I move to the, and y'all, if my cat gets in the picture, I don't know if y'all can see her in the background. Forgive me for her. You're about to see her in a second. She's about to hop up. That is my Kit Kat, my princess. Hey, Kit Kat. Say hey to the camera. That is my oldest fur baby. She will be 6 this year. So, alrighty. So I have all of that blended to my liking. And that is my eye routine. After I get my foundation on, that's when I normally go back and apply eyeliner, and I smoke out the bottom eyelid, and I'll probably do that in another video. It will probably be in the foundation routine video, since I do the liners and everything last, and mascara and all of that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Give me a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. Leave me any kind of comments. And be on the lookout for the next video. The next video will be on foundation and finishing up the eyes. So, see y'all later. Say goodbye to my princess. She has her head turned. But, love y'all much. Bye.